Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. He's Gates Emoji, I'm Emerson Hip, and this is the Intoxicated Sports Reports.
That was easy.
It was easy. We're here with another episode to recap some playoff football later on in the show.
Yeah.
How you doing? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Watched the games, of course. Cleaned up a little bit.
There you
That
go.
was nice. Yeah, sorry. My mind is somewhere else right
That's
now.
okay, yeah.
My apologies. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Didn't really do much, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Did important things
There
that
you go.
needed to be done.
There you go.
As much as I wanted to maybe be here, eat shitty food, and watch football, I think it was better that maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
How about you?
When the Niners win, it's always great, but they definitely stress me the fuck out for a good 3 hours, if not more.
Yeah.
And but all the football games this weekend, for the most part, were pretty damn good. Not all of them, but a lot of them were.
Yeah, I would say probably 4.
I would say 4 out of the 6 NFL games, and then 1 out of the 2 college games were good as well.
Of course.
But yeah, no, it was a good chill weekend.
Good. No Danny in this episode again.
Yeah, guys, like, yeah, I want to be on every episode now. It just doesn't show up anymore. Just kidding. He's in Hawaii.
He's in Hawaii, and that's I don't
Enjoying
blame
himself.
I've never been to Hawaii myself. I've heard it's beautiful, and I do not blame him for being here because he is in Hawaii.
Yeah.
How many pinas do you think he's down right now?
Well, he didn't hesitate to tell us about the first 2 that he had.
Why do I feel like it stopped at 2?
Maybe did we stop responding? Is that why?
I thought we responded. Yeah, as a pina colada connoisseur like myself, I appreciate it.
Right, I figured you would.
A little jealous.
A little jealous.
They probably taste better than the ones at Sandoz, I'll tell you that.
I would think so. Those are pure sugar with a little bit of ice.
Yeah, it didn't help the anxiety going back home.
Yeah, right.
Just having a bunch of sugar the whole weekend. But yeah, pinas. They're good.
Genius, yeah, gotta love them. Speaking of drinks, what do you have over there?
I got some nice water.
H2O.
Water. Still, it's last time I checked, it's still January,
Yeah.
so I'm still not drinking.
Little melted snowman over there.
Yeah, water. It's the nectar.
Blue Lagoon?
Nectar of the gods. What about you? What do you got?
I got dropped off a nice bottle of wine today by a rep. It's from Priest Ranch. It's their Grenache Blanc.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad. Kind of tastes like a Sauv Blanc.
Should I try some and spit it out?
I will not let you do that. Do not waste my wine.
Yeah. I understand the concept of that. Because, for people maybe who are driving their friends or something
Right.
like that, they kind of want to, because you can still taste it, I
Yeah.
guess. But, man, having that job cleaning those things out.
I know, right?
thanks.
Yum.
No, thanks. Some people don't like when people spit loogies. Imagine, cleaning up spit wine.
I don't. Yeah, right.
But,
One said person that we know that doesn't like loogies.
who does? Do I like spitting loogies? No,
No,
of
we
course
don't
not.
have to do it.
Do I like waking
We
up? Do I like waking up with a phlegm in my throat? No, I don't.
Yeah.
But that's just my reality. Right
We'll
now.
keep the lugage to a minimum, Devin. Sorry.
Yeah, I try to. I know when I try to get rid of it, I try to at least put my head away from it.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know. You just don't.
I thought I tried too, but maybe not well enough.
It's okay. If anybody else does not like the loogie spitting, let us know.
Yeah.
Or not spitting, but the sound of us swallowing the loogie, which
Right.
is it's just disgusting.
We'll just put it this way. I'm just going to apologize because I'm probably going to do it subconsciously.
True. I think you did it to start the show.
I mean,
Before we
Yeah.
started the show.
Yeah.
But at least get it out now.
Yeah.
Just after you talk for a little bit, it kind of
It just builds up.
It builds up a
yeah,
little bit.
So I'm like, it's
For
nothing I
sure.
can do.
exactly.
And I'm not blowing my nose.
Yeah. But enough of the really
Enough of the lug talk.
enough of the Luke talk. College football.
Yeah. So a little semifinals recap. In the Fiesta Bowl, Miami pulled off a brilliant win over Ole Miss, 31-27. Both teams were trading scores down the stretch of this one. Ole Miss took a 27-24 lead with about 3 minutes left, capping off a 75-yard touchdown drive for that one. And then Miami responded with a 75-yard touchdown drive of their own, finished off by your boy Carson Beck with a 3-yard touchdown scramble with 18 seconds left. Game did end on a Hail Mary attempt by Ole Miss, and there was maybe a questionable no call for pass interference. I was okay with it.
They're not going to call that.
Yeah.
now. It would have to be egregious
I
for them to actually call it in that moment.
I 100% agree. And the fact that there were so many people assuming it should have been called, like, have you watched football?
Yeah, because in college, if it happens in the end zone, will they give it to you at the
I think it goes to the 2-yard line.
2-yard line?
Yeah.
Because in college, is it a 15 or a spot foul?
It's 15 normally, but unless it's in the end zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. I mean, great game by the way.
Right.
I got to give Ole Miss credit and give this game credit because this is another really good CFP game.
Yeah, it was great.
Proved me wrong. Miami's proved me wrong. I like Ole Miss's quarterback.
He's a good player.
I was telling James, he kind of, from what I saw in that game, the way he moves and throws the football, kind of reminds me of like baby Caleb, or like a baby Mahomes a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, obviously not as good as those guys,
Yeah,
but kind of like the play, the way he plays, at least from, like, in my opinion.
A little backyard football going on there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it was a great game.
Yeah.
And I was also telling James, when you can trust your offense, but you can't trust your defense, that's like watching the Cowboys this year.
Right.
It's a recipe for disaster because it's cliche, but they say, unless you're like the 2012 Niners, defense wins championships.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I felt like they had a chance in this game because I just didn't trust Miami really to score points. But Ole Miss's defense is pretty bad, and it's been bad all year.
Yeah.
So that definitely let them down.
Yeah.
Big factor in the game was the third down conversions. Ole Miss was only 2 for 10. Miami 11 out of 19, which is pretty damn good.
That is good.
Also 2 for 2 on fourth down.
Yeah.
To top that off.
Yeah.
But great game. Did not. I felt like Miami was probably better than their ranking coming into this postseason. Didn't expect them to be in the championship game.
I mean, as somebody who doesn't watch a ton of college football because I work on Saturdays, for me, I don't. You would know more than I would. But given the ranking going into the playoff, it does look surprising.
Right.
Because were they the 11 seed?
I think they were 10.
10 seed.
Yeah. And they kind of snuck in. Like they weren't guaranteed that spot at the end.
But do we got to give the committee credit for putting them in because it's worked out?
Right. I mean, everyone who was mad about Notre Dame not getting in over them, this kind of makes them look better.
Yeah.
But
well, and if you're Notre Dame, do you feel better about it?
No, definitely not. This is probably the worst case scenario.
Yeah? I mean, I guess you're right.
Well, I mean, for one, they played Miami. They played a tough game against Miami early in the season, so they felt like they can compete with Miami.
Is Notre Dame feeling like they should be in this position?
They should be.
I mean, of course they feel like they should be in this position
Yeah.
because it's Notre Dame and they're pretentious.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking
That's
they feel
what
like
you're
they could be
thinking?
in
Yeah,
that
okay.
situation. Yeah.
I guess I was thinking more of, well, we didn't make it in, but the people that did are in the championship.
Yeah.
But I guess not.
Yeah.
It's probably bitterness all around.
Yeah, I think they're still feeling sour. Yeah. Game that was not very good, the Peach Bowl.
Well, depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
This was a great game, if you ask me.
From a competitive standpoint, not so much.
Yeah.
Indiana beat Oregon 56-22.
That was easy.
Game opened up with a pick six on the first play by Dante Moore. And that...
If that's not a bad omen, I don't know what.
Yeah, it really set a bad tone. I mean, Oregon, give them credit, they did respond on the following drive with a 75-yard touchdown drive, and you're like, okay, maybe they got a chance. They can bounce back from that. But after that, 35 unanswered points by Indiana, and it was over from there.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3 turnovers by Oregon, that doesn't help. I mean, Mendoza once again didn't really have to do much. He was 17 for 20, 5 touchdown passes.
The dude had 3 incompletions in this game and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, in the 2 games combined, he's got 8 touchdown passes and 5 incomplete playoff passes.
That's an incredible stat. We make fun of Mendoza, but the dude can play some football.
Yeah. Do you remember back when Geno Smith was a quarterback at West Virginia, and he had like that first couple games of the year where he was doing stuff like this, where it was crazy passing numbers, and he had like 12 touchdowns and only 9 incomplete passes or something like that.
I mean, I remember that year that he played for West Virginia because it was insane.
Yeah, and then it got to conference play, and then they fell off a cliff and barely made a bowl game, I think.
Yeah. But shout out to Mendoza. I mean, he's, I hate watch this game.
Yeah.
Quack him. Quack him, like Sal would say.
Sorry, Sal.
Even stuck around for the Fernando Mendoza post-game press conference or the post-game interview.
Yeah.
Had to. I mean, glory to God, whatever. That's just who he is.
Right.
That's who he is. Because, after the last one, or after the Big Ten championship,
Yeah.
I just kind of had to see what he's working with.
You're right.
And I can only imagine what it's going to be if Indiana wins the championship.
I mean, it is straight up cringe comedy when he speaks.
I'm surprised And, if anyone from SNL is listening, why has no one done an SNL skit on Fernando Mendoza?
Right, that's got to be.
That would be.
Maybe they're waiting until he's a pro, so it doesn't feel as mean. That's picking on the college kids. Feels kind of mean.
Yeah, he's getting paid though. I don't feel bad for him.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? I feel like it's something that SNL would do.
Right, 100%.
Maybe because they don't want to touch it because it's a religious thing, kind of too.
Yeah, I mean, if they stay away from the religious side of the jokes and just talk about the way he sounds when he speaks, you could go that way.
I'm just saying, SNL, look into it.
Right.
Might be on something good.
I mean, Indiana right now is an absolute freight train that cannot be stopped.
No, they can't. But I'm going to ask you, wait, do they play this week?
Monday.
So Monday.
Yeah.
It's the inevitable question anytime a team goes undefeated. Would they have beaten LSU?
Yeah.
2019 LSU?
Well, I had a conversation with someone about this, about like if they go on and win the national championship undefeated, whatever, I feel like they're just still not going to get the respect that previous like undefeated teams have gotten.
I mean, is it because it's not a sexy organization, their quarterback is who he is personally, and they're in Indiana?
I think there's it's the fact that it's not like a all-time blue blood type school. Fernando Mendoza's a little off the wall.
Yeah, I mean, because did USC go undefeated either of those 2 years that went back to back?
I want to say one of them they did, but I'm not totally positive.
They're in LA, so they're going to get the.
They got the glam.
They're going to get the glam,
yeah.
And then you have the Miami Hurricanes, who I think might have been undefeated the year they won.
I want to say they did at least once.
So they're in Miami. It's a big city.
Right.
These guys are in Indiana, and also, do I think? I mean, that LSU team, one of my favorites of all time. Do I think that LSU team is so good because Joe Burrow was just such an icon at the time?
I think that helped, but like the numbers that he put up and like and like you think about the surrounding,
he has 60 touchdowns,
60 touchdown passes, and the guys that were surrounding him too. I think you could argue what Mendoza is doing individually might be more impressive, at least on the offensive side, because he doesn't have the those 5-star receivers. Yeah, that Joe Burrow had.
You mean you don't have Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, exactly.
I just know we're gonna have that conversation next week if Indiana wins, because I remember when Georgia went undefeated, like immediately we're like, is it better than 2019 LSU though?
Right. And
then who else went undefeated recently? Didn't someone else go undefeated, or did Alabama go undefeated with?
Michigan was. I don't think they were undefeated, but they were close. I think they were like 14-1. Yeah, were they 15?
I think they were undefeated.
And
I think we had the same thing. Like, are they better than 2019 LSU?
I think to me the biggest points are that they just from a talent standpoint they're not going to get respected the way those teams did, and also like Kurt Cignetti the way like the transfer portal I think is a big factor too because like most of that team came from James Madison where he coached previously. Yeah, so I think that's going to be talked about as well in history.
Well, I want to say too, I looked it up in Indiana because I keep hearing how. I mean, I think regardless, it's probably one of the greatest turnarounds in college football history. Yeah. That's what I keep hearing. So last year they went 11-2. Good, right. It's a good season. Right. Year before that, 3-9. Year before that, 4-8. Year before that, 2-10. Yeah. Year before that, 6-2.
Well, I mean, Kurt Cignetti's it's all him.
Yeah. So, I mean, going from...
When's the last winning season they had before 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, 2020 was 6-2.
Okay.
So, before that...
But that was a shortened season, yeah.
8-5 in 2019.
Sheesh, yeah.
I mean, that's a long time for... I mean, going 2-10, that's bad.
Do they have any, 10-win seasons on there anywhere?
None. 9-win season in 67.
Oh.
Jeez, no, I don't see any of it.
Because I think they had a time back in the 30s or 40s maybe?
8-win season in 1905.
Oh, there we go.
No, outside of the last two seasons, I don't see any kind of
nothing significant. Yeah,
they went 0-11 in 84.
Yeah, killer.
It's pretty bad. 1-10 in 74. Yikes. So yeah, we're kind of jumping the gun when it comes to Indiana. I think we both feel confident based off at least what I've seen the past few games in this playoff. Right. They're probably going to beat Miami, but you never know. It's a Miami homecoming. They're playing where they play their home games, aren't they?
Is that at Hard Rock Stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a Hard Rock, and also I noticed
that's kind of fun. Yeah.
That Fernando Mendoza went to high school in Miami.
Yeah, he's got Cuban heritage or whatever. Yeah.
So it's kind of I think it's a cool little homecoming for kind of both in a way.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what Michael Irvin's going to do.
He'll be barking like a dog, I'm sure.
We'll see how he's feeling First snap, and then how he was feeling like start of the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? If he's even there still. Yeah. I guarantee Michael Irvin's going to be at this game.
He'll be there, and then he'll be probably in a bag of Coke by the end of the game.
He's also in. Did we talk about this last week? He's still in really good shape.
He's pretty jacked, yeah.
He's looking really good. He can still catch run some routes.
I'm sure he can. He wouldn't be fast, but he could run some routes.
Yeah. I think when you're that kind of athlete, or you're known for being that kind of an athlete,
kind of like a mental, I got to stay.
Of course,
stay there.
Like Shannon Sharp, dude, still looks ridiculous to this day.
Yeah.
Or even you see Troy Aikman on the Monday night in the broadcast booth. And
his neck is still like.
Yeah, he's still it looks good in a suit. I'll tell you that much. So I think these athletes, some of them don't.
Some of them let it go.
Some of them, Charles Barkley kind of let it go for a little bit. Shaq's kind of let it go. I guess I can see it both ways. Like you're saying, I got to keep it like this because I'm used to keeping it like this.
Or they're just once they're done, they're just
I spent my whole life trying to stay in shape, and now I don't want to lift a weight ever again.
Yeah. I think it's funny to see when you got the offensive linemen when they retire and they get super slim because they're not on those crazy eating schedules anymore.
Yeah, like Jason Kelsey. He's a big dude, but
he's definitely trimmed down.
He's trimmed down.
Yeah. Yeah, so national championship preview. We got Indiana as the 8.5 point favorites over Miami. Point total over under is 48.5 points.
Are we going to wait to make our picks for this until picks time?
Yeah, I think we'll wait. Okay. But I think like you said, Indiana is the deserved pretty heavy favorite here. Yeah. I kind of forgot that the game was going to be in Miami, so that definitely should be a bit of a factor.
Makes more interesting.
But I'm sure Indiana fans, they bought their tickets. They're on the Signetti train.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A little CFP bracket challenge check-in.
Yeah,
I know.
I had my window up yesterday, and then it all got closed. But I'll bring it up right now.
I'm not doing really good at all. Well, because I had Georgia and they got knocked out.
There's an interesting scenario here because there are a few players that have Indiana winning the whole thing. But
you mean a few people, or I guess they're players.
Yeah, few contestants. That being Danny, Mike Ennis, and my boy Zach that works at the Rose. They all have Indiana winning, but they all are behind Candace in the standings, who had Georgia, which is irrelevant at this point. But if Indiana doesn't beat Miami in the championship game, Candace is going to take the trophy. So,
but if Indiana wins, is Danny going to take it?
It'll be Danny because I think he's going to win the tiebreaker over Mike.
But because Mike didn't read the fine print, where it says instead of the final score of the national championship game, it's the culmination of all the games together.
Yeah.
So it's just tough.
I love his text that he's saying. He's like, either I forgot how to read or I forgot to put a 0 at the end of that 55.
Well, yeah, Menace, after how you did so well in our fantasy football group this year, I don't really feel bad for you. Sorry, I don't.
But there is a second place trophy, so he's got a chance for that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, he better get used to second place because that's what's been happening to him recently.
Right.
Yeah, college is almost coming to an end.
Yep.
It'll be over by the time we're back here next week.
Yep.
And good season. Watch what I can.
I mean, I hope Miami gives them a good game, but I'm not expecting it, to be honest.
I mean, I'll root for Miami, I guess. I wouldn't. We'll find out later. But
I really don't care either way.
I'm not going to bet on them.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how much money you put on Indiana.
Likewise with you.
Well, I mean, based off what you say, I might change mine, but I mean, it's kind of my usual money that I put on teams. So, on to the NFL playoffs, wild card recap. In the NFC, the Rams beat the Panthers 34-31 in a game that I think we all can agree was a lot closer than we expected.
I mean, the Panthers nearly stole this one.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, the Rams were favored by 10.5 points.
Yeah,
start the game.
Yeah.
Panthers blocked a punt that set up the go-ahead touchdown with about 2:30 left in the game. The Rams responded with a touchdown drive. Matt Stafford, big-time players make big-time plays.
You talking about the MVP?
Yeah. Let me tell you. I mean, do we know when they stop the voting or when?
It's definitely before the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which probably as it should.
Well, yeah, because it's a regular season.
Exactly.
Award.
So that was capped off by a 19-yard touchdown pass from Stafford to Parkinson with 38 seconds left. Carolina went 4-and-out on the ensuing drive to ultimately end the game, unfortunately, for the Panthers. But got to give it to the Panthers because they almost shocked the world because I don't think anybody I don't even know if Panthers fan. I don't even know if Steph Curry picked the Panthers to win this game.
I don't think so either.
So give it to the Panthers because nobody respected them because they had a shitty record going into this game, although they did win their division.
Yeah. They also beat the Rams not that long ago.
They did.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows. But the Rams, I picked the Rams in our pool to win the whole thing, so I was like, dude, this is how the first game of the week is going to start out for me. There's no way.
Yeah.
Rams pulled it out, luckily. I mean, you had the Rams going.
I had them going actually only to the second round. So,
oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had them playing Seattle and Seattle beating them. Yeah. No, I gotta give it to Carolina. They really played like they had nothing to lose, and they really had nothing to lose.
Does this? I mean, obviously you're not a Rams fan by any stretch, but would this worry you if you were a Rams fan or the team?
I definitely don't feel. I still believe that they're probably the most complete team, but I don't. They're just not playing that well right now. They had such a long stretch in the middle of the season where they looked so great, and they've kind of faded a little bit for whatever reason. But so it would give me a little pause on being super confident in them.
I think forward. I would be worried because of how much you're supposed to win by, and I know that's all Vegas and that kind of thing. So that doesn't really matter. If you win, you win. Yeah. But I also think for the Rams, if you winning this close of a game kind of could put you in that mindset of like, okay, we still have a lot we need to accomplish in these playoffs, and it's not just a given. Yeah. You really had to earn this one. I think for them and Sean McVay, and I'm pretty sure he's been reiterating this the entire week, that listen, we squeaked out with a game that we should have lost. Right. I mean, if I'm him, that's what I'm saying. We should have lost this game. Yeah. We're lucky we're here still, and I think would be good for them going forward.
I mean, I could see that. I mean, Sean McVay is one of those coaches. I don't worry about his teams generally speaking, but they're just right now they're just not clicking perfectly. Yeah. But I still think they're really good.
Yeah. Bears come back and beat the Packers 31-27 in a thriller. Packers led 21-3 at halftime. The Bears scored 25 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Caleb Williams hit DJ Moore for a 25-yard touchdown to give the Bears the lead with less than 2 minutes left. Green Bay drove the ball down to the Bears' 23-yard line, but the game ended as time expired on an incomplete pass to the end zone. Yeah, I know Bears fans in all Soldier Field were holding their breath for that last play.
Yeah. The fucking Packers. They had them and they just
I love to see it because I don't like the Packers. But like I texted you guys, I kind of wanted the Bears to lose because I didn't want the Cowboys to be the only 2 seed to lose to a 7 seed.
We'll see somebody else suffer a little bit.
A little bit, yes. Ironically, it almost happened to the Packers. Right. Didn't happen. And, Jordan Love had a good game. 323 in the air, 4 touchdowns. Caleb also had another good game, 361, 2 touchdowns, and he did have 2 picks, which I kind of think this is going to be who he is.
I was thinking the same thing.
He's going to be, good amount of touchdowns, but also he's going to throw a couple picks.
He's going to throw a couple picks. He's not going to be high completion percentage kind of guy. He's just going to kind of tough it out every single game.
He's going to be.
He's Brett Favre.
I was going to say yes. Yeah. Thank you. He's Brett Favre.
Yeah, but probably more athleticism. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Bears have won so many fucking games like this year. How many more times can they do it?
I know. It just kind of seems like the clock's going to strike midnight eventually.
Yeah. But if this team somehow goes to the Super Bowl, they would be so much fun to watch in the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter who they play.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rooting for the Bears. I just know I feel like they've been in purgatory forever. Yeah. I mean, I know they've been to the Super Bowl in this century, and they made it to the championship game, I think. Was it with Jay Cutler, maybe?
Did they get that far, or was it just the divisional round?
I want to say they made a championship game.
And they were super heavy underdogs or something like that?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'm tripping. But.
Or was that when they played the Saints? When the Saints went to the Super Bowl and beat the Colts eventually? Was that?
Might have been.
Was that a championship game? I kind of feel like it was.
Yeah. You're telling me we almost got Bears-Colts again?
Yeah, we did.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But which would have been a different.
Who was the quarterback? Was that Jay Cutler?
I think it might have been Cutler.
Yeah, okay. So you're telling me we almost got Bears?
It definitely wasn't Rex Grossman still.
No.
I think he fizzled out pretty quick.
I guess I just didn't put together that it was almost Bears-Colts again.
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
But anyways, yeah. I mean, thinking about the possibilities of who the Bears could play in the Super Bowl if they made it there, and a strength, because most of the AFC teams are built on defense, with the exception of the Bills. Mm-hmm. But yeah, seeing their offense go against one of those defenses, that'd be fun.
Another shocker, I think, to most people, your 49ers beat the Eagles.
That's right.
They won 23-19. Philly did lead 16-10 entering the fourth quarter, but Juwan Jennings threw a 29-yard touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey on the opening play of the fourth quarter. They were down 19-17 with 8 minutes left. Purdy led a 66-yard drive-ending 4-yard touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey on 3rd and goal with just 3 minutes left. And on the final drive, Philly took the ball down to the 49ers' 20-yard line, but turned it over on downs after a sack, followed by 3 consecutive incompletions by Hurts.
The Eagles. The Eagles were big time frauds this year. That's what this game said to me.
Yeah,
because they skated by. They would look like kind of good early in the year. They were winning games close.
Yeah,
and they kind of stumbled a little bit in the middle of the season. But this team it turned out to be a lot closer to that 2023 team than they were the 2024 team.
The 2023 team that lost in the first round to the Buccaneers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just going to be the Eagles' MO. Like maybe next year they make it to the Super Bowl again. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like are they kind of looking off and on?
Yeah,
not going to be able to really go back to back, which is hard to do.
Right.
Or winning back to back is tough. Going to back is not as tough, I guess I would say, because more teams have done that.
A lot of what I'm hearing, and I agree, is the assistant coaches that Sirianni's had. Like, so when they went to the Super Bowl, don't remember who the offensive coordinator was, but then the
first one,
yeah,
when they lost to the Chiefs in the first
one,
okay.
But let's start with 2023. It was 2 guys that both got fired, and then they bring in Vic Fangio for the Super Bowl run, and Kellen Moore was awesome calling plays for them that year, and then they lose both those, or they lose Kellen Moore, and the offense is completely different.
Yeah.
So I think you kind of gotta look at. I don't think they're gonna fire Nick Sirianni, but you gotta look at him and be like, okay, what are you gonna bring to the table? Or are you gonna find another offensive coordinator that's close to as good as Kellen Moore?
Well, Sirianni to me. I mean, he was a coordinator before.
I believe he was offensive coordinator of sorts.
I mean, is there any way he could take over offensive duties?
It doesn't sound like. I think he tried that a couple years ago and it did not go well.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Eagles already fired their offensive coordinator.
They just fired Kevin Patullo
yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. I mean, they're going to be fine. Like, I'd still pick them to win the division next year.
Based on time. I mean, the A.J. Brown situation is now getting interesting. He had a rough game.
I mean, who else? I mean, I guess the Cowboys could have a bounce back year. Maybe the Commanders.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels has a better year than they did this year.
If the Giants, they get the right coach.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the Eagles, they're an interesting situation. I mean, I think a lot of people, myself included, we're just giving them a lot of respect because of being defending champions. But
and past playoff experience too, with this kind of core.
Right, but it just, they just did not bring enough to the table in this game. And I mean, credit the 49ers. I mean, Brock Purdy had his couple picks, but he also, he seemed pretty good at just flushing that and keep pushing and kept being aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to try to go on this, 49er glaze tangent, but I just this team and this franchise, Kyle Shanahan, just know how to win playoff games.
Yeah,
and I know they struggle in the Super Bowl. I know that, but it seems like up until that point they make it work, and yes, they lose in the championship game as well. But Kyle Shanahan, in his coaching career, has not lost in the wild card or divisional round.
Yeah,
since he's been the Niners head coach. It's remarkable.
Yeah, it's been a pretty damn impressive run. There's no question about it.
And especially with George Kittle, who unfortunately, and I will say that because I don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah,
left in the second quarter with an Achilles tear, and you could tell immediately. You saw the slow mo. It looked like Kevin Durant's leg against the Raptors. Not ideal.
Yeah.
I just how much further can the Niners go with all these injuries? I mean, I guess Fred Warner might come back.
Yeah, it sounds like they did open his practice window, which is crazy.
I mean, Nick Bosa's done.
Yeah,
Kittle's gonna be done. It's remarkable, really, how they're making it work, and they seem like they're playing their best football at the right time.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, that Seattle game was obviously not how they wanted it to go, but yeah, no, you're right. I mean, the offense has been clicking for a good couple months now.
Demarcus Robinson did have 6 receptions, 111 yards receiving, and 1 touchdown.
I mean, he kind of had back when Juwan Jennings was more of like your role player type receiver. Demarcus Robinson kind of had a Juwan Jennings type game, where he kind of comes out of nowhere and makes some big plays.
Yeah, and then A.J. Brown, he had a couple hit the hands that felt
that last one was real bad.
3 receptions and only 25 yards for A.J. Brown.
Yeah. and a nice spat with our boy Sirianni on the sideline.
I would have loved to have known what they said to each other.
I know they were John Hard.
They were John Hard at each other, and Sirianni doesn't take any shit.
Yeah,
the 49ers, man, I just don't even know what to say at this point. Like I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting scared again. At first, I was like, I thought the season was just kind of a throwaway given the early injuries,
right?
And now we're getting closer to the Super Bowl, and wouldn't it just be? And I know I'm getting ahead of myself like I normally do. Ironic that a huge if they won the Super Bowl this year, that they didn't have any home games to get to it, and the game was at Levi's Stadium, it would just be the ultimate irony for the Niners. And for them to do it this year when you felt like they never had a chance like they did in previous years, like in 19 or in 23.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Do I feel pretty good about my Niners pick to go to the Super Bowl, my bold prediction?
Well, obviously they had to win. They got to win.
I mean, I feel okay.
Yeah.
Seattle, anything can happen. You give Kyle Shanahan 3 shots to beat a team twice.
Yeah.
I don't dislike those odds.
Yeah. Well, I had a lazy take, but I think it's kind of funny. Like, okay, so the Niners haven't been able to win a Super Bowl with George Kittle or Nick Bosa or Fred Warner, so why don't we try to do it without them?
Hey, just throw things to the wall and see what sticks, right?
I got one thing before we move on, because it seems like since Kyle Shanahan's been coach of the 49ers, they've been very successful at, non-quarterback passing plays.
Yeah.
And so I did some digging.
Okay.
Going back all the way to 2019, it was the first time he had a non-quarterback throw a pass.
Yeah.
So it started with Emmanuel Sanders, this is regular season, had a 35-yard touchdown pass.
Okay.
Dante Pettis had a 16-yard completion as a receiver. 2021 regular season, Debo was 1 for 2 passing that year with a 24-yard touchdown pass.
Okay.
2022, CMC, 34-yard touchdown pass. And then also in the playoffs, attempted a pass, but was incomplete. 2023, Debo, incomplete pass. 2023 Super Bowl, Juwan Jennings. Remember that one? 21-yard touchdown pass.
Sure do. To McCaffrey.
Yep, that's right. Last year, Ricky Pearsall was 0 for 1, and Debo had a drop back and was sacked for 4 yards. So that was not good. And then, of course, this year, CMC was 0 for 1 in the regular season. Juwan, then, of course, just the other day, 29-yard touchdown pass to him. So overall, since he's been Niners head coach, 6 for 11 passing with 159 yards, 5 touchdowns, which equates to 139.2 passer rating.
Well done, my friend.
Yeah.
Well done, my friend.
I knew he'd had a few, and I knew they'd been pretty successful at it. I didn't know it was actually that many.
How long did it take you to figure out that information?
Not as long as I thought it was going to.
Because it seems like I don't even know. Did you go Football Reference for that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All I had to do is you just scroll year to year and you could see the passing stats for each player.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes a little more sense. That makes it a little more easier. Nice. Yeah, that's just. I mean, we'll talk more about the Niners, I guess, later on or something like that. But onto the AFC side of things, the Bills beat the Jags. Actually, wait, I'm sorry. I was told specifically that I can't talk about the Bills.
Yeah, you can.
Bills beat the Jags 27-24. Josh Allen led the game-winning touchdown drive with 1:04 left in the game. First play on the ensuing Jacksonville drive was intercepted off a deflected pass by Trevor Lawrence. Josh Allen, 28 for 35, 306 in the air, 3 total touchdowns. That to me is Josh Allen in a nutshell stat line.
That's like maybe his most under control, like decisive, precise game he's ever played.
Yeah,
that I've seen.
Trevor Lawrence, our boy. I have a bold prediction that he's going to win a Super Bowl in his career.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
nice.
From a couple of years ago, I think. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
That
second one's tough.
Yeah.
Deflection.
I will say, like, being down 3 and kind of it seemed like you forced that into a tight scenario. It wasn't a terrible throw. It just the defender was right there.
You know what else was a tough break for the Jags in this game was I want to say I can't remember what quarter it was, but it was a 4th down. And Trevor Lawrence
and he slipped.
Well, no, he jumped for the first, or he tried to jump forward for the first down, and his shin hit the grass.
Yeah, I felt like his foot kind of like slipped out from him, and he couldn't reach it.
Obviously, I don't remember what the Bills did after that, if they did anything.
I want to say they went down and at least kicked 3, if not scored.
Because you got to think, if they get that first down, they're probably at least going to get 3.
Right, they're probably going for a touchdown though.
Yeah, probably how they were playing it up to that point.
Right,
probably going to score a touchdown.
Yeah. Now that was a tough one for them for sure. This was another fantastic game. I mean, Josh didn't even have to do like. The reason why I say this is one of his best games is because a lot of times when he's going, quote unquote Superman mode, he gets a little sloppy at times, and it doesn't always look perfect. But then he'll make the spectacular play. Mm-hmm. He was just like, even though they weren't necessarily leading for a lot of this game, he was just so steady and consistent and just driving the ball down the field.
Well, he's probably thinking to himself, "Wow, this is what happens when I have to play Mahomes. And this is also what happens when I have to play in Florida for a game.
Yeah,
this is great.
No snowy weather.
I hate to say it, but Denver's not going to be that easy.
No, it's going to be a different story.
It's going to be a little bit of a different story. You're playing, what is it, 5,280 feet above sea level?
Right.
Something along those lines.
And definitely some cool temperatures.
Absolutely. I mean, I guess he's played in Wyoming. And I don't know if there's any elevation. Excuse me.
Evolution?
Yeah. But I know it gets cold in Wyoming.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he plays in Buffalo, too, duh.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any elevation in
Buffalo,
Wyoming.
no. Buffalo, I'm pretty sure, pretty flat.
Yeah. But I think for the Jags, you're in the right trajectory. I think Liam Cohn's a good coach.
Yep.
I think he's their guy, and I think if you're a Jags fan, things are looking up because I think he kind of figured something out in Trevor Lawrence that no coach has done for him in the NFL so far.
Yeah. The Jags are definitely well ahead of schedule, with Liam Cohen. I still do watch Trevor Lawrence. And I'm not going to say I saw a lot of games, but obviously they played the Niners this year. I feel like I watched him play a couple other times. They're still he's just not super accurate. He misses throws sometimes, or just like that guy was open. You got to hit that throw. And I'm not saying every great quarterback is even perfect, but it just when there's certain situations, I feel like it just happens too often.
Well, for him, the expectations are as high as I think we've ever seen coming into a draft.
Because of the prospect status, yeah.
I mean, Andrew Luck was probably higher than him, but I mean, Trevor Lawrence,
he was right.
They were talking about him as a freshman being able, if he came out right now, he'd be the first pick.
Yeah, I mean,
I heard Mel Kiper say that.
They were throwing his name around with the Elways and the Lucks and the
I mean, I would say it's up there.
Yeah.
I would say it's definitely up there. Because I think, Caleb was a big prospect. I don't think he was Trevor Lawrence.
No. Well, yeah, because he was more compared to like Mahomes, which is a kind of a newer style of quarterback play.
Yeah. And I guess maybe Joe Burrow, maybe he was a no doubter, but I don't know if he
wasn't talked about like that. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence had to be, like you said, like in the Luck and the Elway category.
That's what I remember, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think they're definitely on the right track. But he still has a little room for improvement.
Of course.
He's not
a finished product.
No, and he's definitely not firmly in that top 10 conversation either. I think, which not that really matters.
Well, if you're a Jags fan, you're a Jags organization. If this is not him being a finished product, you take that,
right?
As long as he propels forward.
Exactly.
Doesn't.
But if this is the best you're going to get, I'm not sure I ever see him winning a Super Bowl. He'd have to have like the best defense in the league or something like that.
Yeah. Patriots beat the Chargers 16-3. Patriots iced the game in the fourth with a 28-yard touchdown pass from Drake May to Hunter Henry. Drake May, another MVP performance. Actually,
he was good.
Yeah, good.
He wasn't great. He was good.
334 total yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Justin Herbert, tough day at the office, my guy.
Yeah.
159 yards passing, sacked 6 times. He needs to get Joel back. And he needs to get all these guys. He needs to get his offensive line back.
I don't want to make too many excuses, but that is definitely a factor in why this was not a competitive football game. Yeah. Because I like Justin Herbert, but I do think at some point we got to say because let's take. I'm not saying he's Josh Allen, but let's take Josh Allen for example. Like his team is definitely not the Bills were not as good as the Jaguars, but he put the team on his fucking shoulders and said we're winning this fucking game.
He did.
Yeah.
Do you think Herbert and Trevor Lawrence are comparable as quarterbacks right now?
That's an interesting
become in the development category.
Yeah, I mean it is interesting that Trevor Lawrence has beaten Justin Herbert in the playoffs,
but it also took Justin Herbert. I mean, because that game was weird because I think the Chargers were up.
They were winning
28
by at least 3 scores or 4 scores.
21-0, 28-0.
Yeah,
and the Jags came back
screaming back. Yeah, that was a wild game.
Yeah. I feel like they're kind of the same quarterback in terms of how they just don't really seem to win the big games and win the big moments.
Yeah, like they'll have moments during the regular season, and there'll definitely be a reason that their team wins. on a regular basis, but then come playoff time, it's like it looks a little different for whatever reason. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, the Chargers, but I just found out only converted 1 third down all game.
Yeah, that's third down's one of those stats where it's like when you get to third down as a fan, it's so demoralizing when you just can never convert them. Man. Like that's the worst offense to watch.
Yeah. You know how many Cowboys games I've watched where they couldn't get third downs and the other team just couldn't not get first downs?
Yeah.
It's just like it's gonna be one of these games where they're not gonna win this football.
It's
game.
even like if your team, gets on defense, they just get, marched down the field on, but then they only give up field goals. Almost feels and then your team, maybe you hit a big touchdown pass here or there. But you can't convert you're 3 and out every other drive. Yeah. That's the most frustrating type of football to watch.
Yeah. And then New England also held the Chargers to just 207 yards of offense total.
Yeah.
They
just didn't have a chance.
What's funny is I thought I was most interested, I think, in this game out of all of them, and it ended up being one of the least, I guess outside of the Houston game, least sexy games to watch. That's the Chargers going to Foxborough.
Right.
That whole, I know we say this a million times, it's like beating a dead horse.
Right.
The Dome team that's in LA going up to cold Foxborough. Like, it just doesn't seem like they're going to win that game.
Right.
And the Chargers did not win this game.
I think on paper, like if you take both these teams at their, peak health with these two great coaches, like it sounds great. But I think with the Chargers offensive line issues and honestly Herbert's previous playoff failures, they just didn't have a chance.
Just tough day all around.
Yeah.
And for Harbaugh, like, what do you think Jim Harbaugh's thinking? I got this quarterback, I love him. I'm building up the defense. I got Omari Hampton, who could be a good young running back for me.
Yeah, but he loves Justin Herbert.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Does he feel like I wonder if he feels like he's kind of snake bitten in the playoffs.
That's the word that has come to mind.
Obviously, going back to the Niner days and that kind of thing. And, it took him a while to win at Michigan as well.
Right, yeah. I kind of feel like he probably views this job similarly to his time at Michigan, where he's got some runway to work with.
Build it up.
He's got. I mean, Justin Herbert is still relatively young. He's obviously already gotten paid, but he's still relatively young. And has plenty of improvement to make. I mean,
Jim Harbaugh is 62, so the clock is kind of ticking.
Yeah, but I'm sure in his mind, his window is 5 years.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, now
I'm thinking the next 5 years specifically.
I mean, I'm thinking Jim Harbaugh, good health.
He could coach into his 70s.
Pete Carroll was 74.
Yeah, he could definitely coach into his 70s.
Yeah, I'm thinking he can go another 8 years.
Yeah,
if he wants to. I'm sure the Chargers are going to keep him around until he doesn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
unless things really go bad.
Yeah, it's going to depend on how things go. But yeah, no, I would agree.
And then the last game of the week or the weekend, Super Wild Card Weekend, which they don't really call it that anymore.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess they dropped that. Probably good idea.
Texans beat the Steelers 30-6. Houston led 7-6 heading into the fourth quarter. Texans scored 23 unanswered in the fourth, including 2 defensive touchdowns. Sheldon Rankins fumble return touchdown on the Rodgers strip sack. And then Kalen Bullock, 50-yard pick six, which might be Aaron Rodgers' last throw, which is so ironic because he took so much pride in not having interceptions.
Yeah.
And I think he had the best QBR ever or pass rating.
Yeah, pass rating. Yeah,
one of those things. Because if you look at his all-time touchdowns to all-time touchdowns
to interception ratio,
it's crazy.
It's pretty wild. Yeah.
But just the fact that if that is his last pass, that it's like that, it's super ironic.
I know I mentioned it in our group chat, like the fact that he went for the tackle kind of, and then the guy still scored. Not that it made a difference, but exactly. It was just funny to watch.
Texans defense allowed only 175 yards, only 3.1 yards per play, 4 sacks, and like I said, Rodgers 17 for 33, and only 146 yards passing.
I mean, the Texans defense is nasty, dude.
It is.
I know that the Steelers aren't the most, explosive offense out there, but that was impressive nonetheless.
Don't ever I'm never going to let you talk me into the Steelers winning ever again. Because I wasn't even drunk last week, and you talked me into it, and I still went for it.
Yeah.
Because you were spitting all these facts, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I really did.
I mean, shit, this game was a 1-point game going into the fourth quarter, so
but it got ugly fast.
It went sideways real quick.
The Texans defense, C.J. Stroud did not have a good game.
No.
I think he had 5 fumbles.
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing. Like after that game, I'm not sure I love what I'm seeing from their offense.
I mean, can a defense win a game for you? Sure, but was it this game?
You're right. Yeah, like did they
kind of waste it on this?
I mean, they're going to be playing New England next week at New England. I mean, New England's still they have a young core, so it's not like they're just guaranteed to come out guns blazing.
Well, you got to think for Houston, a lot of big ifs. If they win in Foxborough this week, and the Bills happen to win in Denver, Houston all of a sudden gets an AFC Championship at home,
right?
Which I'm sure they would love to be able to play in that dome in the AFC Championship game,
right?
I'm not to say the Bills wouldn't either, but last time they played in the AFC or this year, the Texans beat the shit out of them,
right?
So.
And also, the Texans played the Broncos earlier this year, and it was a close one. I think the Broncos had to kick 6 field goals to win the game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm rooting for the Texans a little bit. I do like that defense. I like D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah, I like a lot about their team. I just I mean, and I've kind of defended C.J. Stroud down the stretch here, but that was not a good performance on Monday.
But other side of the coin, had a terrible performance, but they still won the ball game. So I mean, you could think. Is there any way it can get that much worse this week?
Right.
I mean, I guess it could.
Yeah.
I think the only way it can get worse if he gets hurt.
Right.
I guess he could throw 4 picks, but I just don't. I don't see the team like the offense letting C.J. Stroud get to like a 4th interception.
Right. Yeah. No, I would agree. Yeah. Just I mean the pick in the red zone was bad. I mean the issues with the snaps were not even. I mean technically not even all his fault. No. So they got to get that shit cleaned up
for sure.
But
yeah, I mean, overall, a good weekend.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
no doubt, including like you said, the college games.
Yeah.
Player of the week.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going Josh Allen. Come on.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go Christian McCaffrey. Actually,
that's not a bad call.
I mean, 48 yards rushing. That's not his usual by any stretch, but also 6 receptions,
2 clutch touchdowns,
66 yards, and then 2 touchdown catches for sure. I mean, that's to me the obvious one.
I thought about maybe throwing Demarcus Robinson a bone. He'd be a honorable mention.
Yeah. I also wanted to mention real quick Mike McDaniel out as Dolphins head coach.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Mike Tomlin steps down as Steelers head coach after 19 seasons as head coach.
Yeah, we should dive into Mike Tomlin more during Bar Banter, but yes.
Did you put it in Bar Banter?
I did. I snuck it in there.
Oh, okay, got you.
But yeah, I totally forgot about...
I mean, we can talk about the coaches there.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Mike McDaniel too. But yeah, we'll do that later on.
Can we possibly, because I know this is going to be talked about, I mean, ideally, hopefully not a while. Can we put Aaron Rodgers' retirement talks in jail until he actually does retire?
Yeah. I mean, I have no interest in speculating because he's such a weirdo. Like I'm gonna have the right conversations and this and that.
So here's the thing. I don't want to talk about it until it actually happens.
Yeah.
Because after that, we'll give him his flowers. I'm going to put this in jail right now.
Yeah.
Until it actually happens, if it happens.
Yeah.
Because let's say he.
I'm totally in on that.
Okay, cool. Because let's say he doesn't and he plays another season. It's like we have to talk about it until.
What if he says he's retiring, and then he comes back midway next year? Do we just have to 86 him from the show completely?
I mean, I'm already kind of there. But what's the date today?
It's the 14th.
Okay. So for those keeping score at home, what we have in jail so far, Antonio Brown is done until he makes Hall of Fame or does charitable things.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite one. For sure. No premature GOAT debates. The golden at-bat rule. Jordan Hudson, a.k.a. Bill Belichick's girlfriend, until they break up.
Yeah.
She'll be out of jail once they break up.
I don't even know if it's worth talking about.
And then what we added actually just last month, Barry Bonds in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We can't.
It's getting tired.
Gotta stop talking about that. Yeah. And now Aaron Rodgers' retirement talks are now in jail. Thank you for keeping score at home. We appreciate you. Let's see. I gotta do this real quick. Sorry. Little divisional round, right?
Yeah. You want to talk about Barry Bonds first? Just kidding.
In the NFC, the Niners are at your Seahawks. The Seahawks are 7.5-point favorites.
I mean, this line is interesting. I think the Seahawks deserve to be favorites as far as betting goes. It's hard for me to jump on a 7.5-point line.
Mm-hmm.
If it was 6.5 or 7, that would be different. But yeah, I think 2 weeks ago was very fresh as a 49ers fan personally.
Yeah.
And also, from the pessimistic side, I would say it felt like they kind of broke out all the stops to beat a not that great Philly team this past week.
Okay.
Especially from like a play. I mean, they drew up the reverse or end around wide receiver pass.
You did the homework.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I don't think the Niners have zero chance to win, but I don't love their odds going into Seattle on a Saturday night.
On a short week.
On a short week too. Seattle's well rested.
But it's the old.
Maybe that comes into play.
It's the old rest versus rust.
Yeah, maybe that comes into play. We'll see.
Would you rather be the team that has like 2 weeks off, or the team that had a gritty win in Philly on a short week? It's the impossible question. I guess we'll find out on the next episode or on Saturday.
Right.
What the answer to that is.
I don't know that there's like. Is there a good? I mean, let's just say this: 1 seeds in NFL playoff history have a lot of success winning in the division round.
Yeah, tell that to the 2016 Dallas Cowboys. But yes, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Here I go. I don't think the Niners. I think the Niners have a shot to win this game. I really do.
I think they have a shot, especially being a divisional matchup.
Yeah, if I'm a Seahawks fan, I'm not feeling good.
And potential Sam Darnold pumpkin mud?
Well, that's... yes, thank you. I forgot. How can I forget about it? Seriously. You're telling me the Seahawks have to play Kyle Shanahan, and yes, depleted roster, to say the least.
Yeah.
But you got to play Mike McDonald, right?
Yeah.
Not McDaniel, McDonald.
And he's been a kryptonite for the Niners.
But a coach that doesn't have a ton of playoff success as a head coach with a quarterback who does not have a ton of success in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Really good regular season quarterback the past couple of years. But we saw what happened last year against the Rams.
Right.
I guess that was technically a neutral site because they played in Arizona.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the fires going on?
Yeah.
That's right. I totally forgot about that.
Quarterback, I've been hearing a lot about the quarterback and the coach, pairings. Who would you rather have? There's no doubt you'd rather have Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan over Mike.
Yeah, if those were the only 2 factors and everything else was equal, yes, I would agree with that.
Spoiler, I'm going to take the Niners and the points in this game. 100%.
I think that's a fair take. What the final score of that other game was 13-3, right? Yeah. So I don't disagree with that.
And I don't think, interesting enough, the Seahawks, both times they played Niners this year, they scored 13 points.
Was the first one, was it like 16-13 or something like that?
Yeah. I don't see the Niners not scoring just 3 points.
I think they will. God, I'd like to think they will put together a better offensive performance in this game than they did a couple weeks ago.
But you gotta love it. NFC West matchup.
It doesn't get much better than this. This kind of feels borderline, Dodgers Giants when we got that nice little spicy rivalry.
Is the rivalry is it back?
It's hard to say because the Seahawks have been a little uneven over the last handful of years, while the Niners have been mostly pretty good, with a couple exceptions in there.
Yeah. Or did the rivalry ever leave, in your opinion?
It definitely did. Like when Jim Harbaugh left the Niners and then they tanked, it was definitely gone for a good minute. And I'm not sure. It's definitely not at the level it was back then.
Fair.
It's not, to me, it's not even close. But
it's not. It's a divisional round, but it's not like that NFC Championship game in 2014.
That was the peak of it.
Felt so huge.
Yeah,
it felt massive.
That was the peak of it for sure. I would say it's kind of there, and both these fan bases definitely they always like beating each other.
Of course,
but it's not. Yeah, it's not nearly to the level. I think I'm not even sure what it's gonna take to get it back to that. I think Sam Darnold will have to
I'm not even sure if it can be because. Can you argue it was so huge because, at least for a Niner fan, on rooting against the Seahawks, you had Russell Wilson, who is a good player, and he always kicked your ass, but he's also corny.
Yeah.
So that was one thing.
Yeah.
And of course, Richard Sherman.
Right.
I mean, he was like the poster boy of the shit talking at that point.
Well, and let's take it back to another level. It even started with Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll before they were even coaches for those two teams. Yeah. So I think that was a huge factor.
And then throw in the Richard Sherman, Jim Harbaugh thing at Stanford.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it could ever, unless they played in the playoffs the next 5 years in a row,
or somehow, I mean, Kyle Shanahan is not a confrontational type person, but if him and Mike McDonald somehow had a tiff, but that would probably feel forced, if it ever came about.
But man, that rivalry. I mean, I just remember watching it.
Yeah. It was so short too.
It was.
It was probably it lasted probably 2, maybe 3 years.
But it was
something fierce.
Even the regular season games,
yeah,
like those you knew one of those were gonna be Sunday Night Football.
There was a game that I remember when I think it was in the 2013-14 season when the Niners. It was the home game for the Niners. And they barely beat the Seahawks, but something about that win was just like.
Yeah,
we fucking thank God we fucking beat these fucks.
Because Russell Wilson, we all know,
because they were torching us in that time.
Yeah, I mean Russell Wilson even got a win against you guys, and he was a Bronco.
Right.
He had you guys' number.
Yeah.
Well, and also let's not forget the Thanksgiving game when they ate turkey in the middle
that
at Levi's Stadium.
Was that after Harbaugh left?
I think it was because was Harbaugh there the first year at Levi's Stadium?
Yes. So maybe it was that first year.
It might have been that first year
because. That last year Harbaugh was there. The Niners didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. But just Richard Sherman eating which is now hilarious because he's such a Niner glazer. Right. I don't know. It still rubs me the wrong way. Even Marshawn Lynch, we've said, like, dude, you're up in the Niners.
Right.
Go on, you know better. Rams 3.5-point favorites at the Bears. The line surprises me a little bit, especially how the Rams hung on for dear life on the road last week.
I don't know how to feel about this game, to be honest. I mean, Bears have been fun. There's no question about that. Mm-hmm. Is the, like we mentioned earlier, is the magic going to kind of run out at some point? I mean, I think we both think the Rams are a better team, mm-hmm. but the fact that they're going to Chicago, who knows what the weather's going to be like?
I know it's going to be tough.
But I think the Rams are up for the task. The line though is very interesting. It's pretty close to a pick 'em.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm with you. I'm not sure how I feel about the Rams being 3.5-point favorites.
I could see this game kind of going, and I'm not saying that the Bears are as good as the Eagles were last year, but I think on the Rams side, them going to a cold weather city in the divisional round, I could see them losing this game.
Yeah. Well, I think this Rams team is better than last year's Rams team for one, and then vice versa. Like this Bears team is not nearly as good as that.
But it just kind of reminds me of what they had to go through last year.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, I guess I would lean Rams. I don't know if I would take the 3.5. I think it could be closer than that.
Yeah,
I think it could be a close game.
And just there's always the threat of the fourth quarter mayhem in Chicago.
And what Rams team are we going to get?
Fair, yeah.
Are we going to get the Rams team that kicked the Niners' ass in the regular season?
Yeah.
Or are we going to get the Rams team that barely won last week and
has holes on
Carolina?
Seems to have holes on defense kind of right now. Like they've been giving up points. So no, I'm with you. I think it's gonna be a fun game though, because the likelihood of it coming down to Caleb Williams having the ball at the end down with a chance to win,
very high, for sure.
It just seems like it's inevitable.
No doubt about that. And if the Bears win that game, would they host the NFC? No, I guess it depends on the Seahawks.
Yeah, they'd only host if the Niners won.
Man, well, I mean, I don't want the Niners to win this game, but to see an NFC Championship game in Soldier Field,
that would be pretty epic.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
it'd be real fun. On the AFC side, the Bills are at the Broncos. Broncos 1.5-point favorites.
Line's been flip-flopping.
I looked yesterday, and I saw the Bills -1.5, so I did take the Broncos, but we'll get there in a second. Yeah. I flat out think the Bills aren't going to win this game.
I don't.
And I hate to say that.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like when's the magic going to run out for Josh Allen?
Right.
How much longer can you be Superman?
I mean, we all know that this Bills team, minus Josh Allen, is they're really not it.
Yeah.
They're going to need a lot of guys outside of Josh Allen and James Cook to step up for them to win this game.
They're going to need a Herculean effort from Josh Allen, like that we haven't seen before.
Yeah. However, I still don't love betting against him, so that's why I personally stayed away from this game.
Did you?
Picks,
okay.
Because I thought about it, and like every time I bet against the Bills, they've won, and every time I bet for the Bills, they've lost.
Yeah.
So
I mean, do I love the idea of Bo Nix beating Josh Allen? No, but I think the Broncos are a better team right now than the Bills are.
I would 1,000% agree.
And it's just going up to Denver, it's tough. They have a pretty good home crowd in Denver in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they always have.
And Sean Payton's a great coach. Sean McDermott I would say he's a good coach. I don't think he's a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's an interesting
hot seat guy.
Hot seat guy still, because if the Bills get steamrolled by any means, he could see the door.
And would that be the worst thing for the Bills organization? Because could I argue it could be almost worse for the Bills if they made the Super Bowl somehow and they lost, God forbid.
Yeah.
And they probably would feel obligated to keep Sean McDermott around.
They would not get rid of him, yeah. But like, who would be given credit other than Josh Allen for getting this specific team to the Super Bowl? I mean, he'd have to get a lot of it.
It would be all Josh Allen. I mean, Sean McDermott would get a little.
You'd have to get a lot of it, though.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to. Texans are at the Patriots. The Patriots are 3-point favorites at home. Not surprising there.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Patriots a lot, but the only apprehension about this team would just be the fact that they're young and inexperienced. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot to like about Mike Vrabel. They have a good defense. Mm-hmm. They have, I would say, enough pieces on offense to be one of the better offensive teams. And Drake May has been an MVP candidate for most of the season. So, yeah, I do like the Patriots. But that Texans defense is no joke, and they're not gonna make this game easy by any means.
I'll tell you this: if the Texans manage to win in Foxborough, I mean, man, talk about having to play in Pittsburgh the week before. You win in Foxborough, and then you also have to go, if the Broncos win, to Denver.
Right.
If they win all three of those games,
that'd be fucking epic.
With defense alone, CJ Stroud here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, them going into the Super Bowl, you can't deny how good that defense is. If that, a lot of things have to happen still.
Right.
But to go bang, bang, bang like that from Pittsburgh to New England to Denver. If you win all those games, I mean, they would be. I would be willing to say they'd be favored to win the Super Bowl if they made it to that point, based off of if they win those three games.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be hard to favor them over Seattle, who also has a very good defense. But like, I would say the Rams and the Bears, like, I can see them being favored over those teams. Yeah.
Because battle tested, man. Like, you're on the road
the
entire time.
I'll say this. They wouldn't be favored over the Rams because of what happened in the regular season. The Rams did beat them, but it was a low-scoring game. Yeah. But it would probably be a closer line than a lot of people would assume. But I think, dude, a Bears-Texans, that's obviously on paper not a sexy matchup.
No.
from a franchise standpoint. But that would be fucking sick to watch.
But I think that could be good for the NFL because there'd be two teams that one has never won it, nor has gone to a Super Bowl in the Texans, and the Bears who haven't won one since '85.
Yeah, but then you got two young household names at quarterback. That's great.
Yeah,
you got two young emerging coaches too getting there. Mm-hmm. I think that'll be a super fun Super Bowl.
Absolutely,
super.
Our final NFL contender rankings. Let me tell you, thank God, because I
it's been tough.
Just kind of shit the bed with all of these, if I'm being honest.
It's been tough.
Oh, wait, let's see. Where are mine at?
Question is, do you have all 8 teams on your rankings this week?
I mean, yeah. Why not?
I have 7. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Do you want me to go 1 to 8 or 8 to 1?
Yeah, I go 1 to 8.
I'm going to keep the Rams up top at 1. I know what they did last week was not convincing, but I think the experience, the head coach, the quarterback, that's what keeps me at their. And they've been consistently number 1 for me for a while.
Yeah.
I'll go Seahawks at 2. I mean, man, catch me next week. I could be feeling really dumb about this pick. I'll tell you that much. But they have the bye. They deserve the bye. They have the defense, and I mean, Sam Darnold really has to show that he could do it.
Yeah.
And not that if he doesn't and they lose, he's going to go anywhere. Because I think they're going to keep him around.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not going to be like the Vikings situation.
No, I think that's totally different.
So I'll keep the Seahawks at 2 because I do think their defense is good, and I think overall they're one of the better teams left.
Yeah.
3 up at the Patriots. Liked what I saw. A lot like what you said. A little inexperienced at quarterback. I think Vrabel has enough experience at head coach. I think they also have a good defense.
Hopefully
like you were saying.
That, yeah.
Playing a couple games at home kind of helps.
So would you say that you would take them to go to the Super Bowl right now out of the AFC teams? I mean, I'm just basing that off your rankings specifically, but
yeah, I mean, I did pick them to go in our pool.
Okay.
To go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, I guess I didn't see that, but yeah, okay.
I also didn't think like that, but yes, I mean, I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't love it because the Patriots and
I mean, I would say the AFC is
tough.
Is really tough, but yeah.
I mean, the Texans are lower on my list, but I think just the C.J. Stroud aspect is tough for me. Still. Yeah. He's not like rookie year C.J. Stroud right now. 4, I'm gonna go Broncos. I think I'm giving respect to the 1 seed for them, and I do think they are probably the second best team in the AFC, the full best team. Obviously, Bo Nix is not super convincing to me at this moment. I do like Sean Payton. Obviously, we know he's a Super Bowl winner. He's won playoff games, gone to the playoffs plenty of times.
Yeah.
5, I'm gonna go Bills strictly because of Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Strictly because of Josh Allen. I'll pay my respects.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much longer he could do it for. We'll see. I'm gonna go your Niners at 6. I don't know if you're hedging and don't have them on your list at all. Because you said you had 7. Yeah, okay. Kyle Shanahan finds a way to win playoff games.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy does enough. And Christian McCaffrey is healthy. I think that's super important. I think he's arguably the third most important, or in the top 3 most important people in the Niners organization right now. I would say it's probably Shanahan, Purdy, and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, in some order.
Yeah. Texans at 7, just because of C.J. Stroud. I think the defense, like I said, is good enough to be Super Bowl worthy.
Yeah, I think if C.J. was playing like he did in his rookie season, we'd feel a lot differently.
Even if he played, just the 5 fumbles was not a good look.
Yeah, overall, it was a sloppy game from him.
Yeah, from a Steelers team that I was kind of high on a few weeks ago. I was kind of wrong about that. I'll wear that one. But just not the best. And, I'll put the Bears at 8. I got respect for Caleb, but I think, are they a year too early with a rookie head coach at the helm?
Probably. Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with
Probably.
Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see the Bears in the Super Bowl. I really would. I think it'd be great for the game.
It would be a lot of fun.
I think the NFL
because it would be a fun team to just see, have a chance to win it all. But
so that's my top 8.
All
Obviously, those are all 8 teams left.
Do you genuinely think any one of those 8 could win the Super Bowl?
I guess.
I think all 8 teams have a chance to win this weekend.
Yeah.
Which getting to the conference championship.
It's been a really tough year.
It has. It's which has been great from a fan standpoint.
Would I be surprised? I guess the only team I'd be really surprised in winning the Super Bowl, it might be the Broncos because of Bo Nix.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think they can get there, but I wouldn't love my odds with him as a Broncos fan.
I'm trying to think. Super Bowl Sunday. It's about 6:00, and they're bringing the trophy out. I would be most surprised to see Bo Nix hoisting the trophy out of all those teams.
I'm kind of with you.
In the Broncos.
Yeah.
Could I imagine Stafford? Yes, I've seen it.
Yep.
Can I imagine Darnold? It'd be that'd probably be a close second, just because I know what he's done in the past in the playoffs.
Yeah. But
I mean, Drake may be surprised.
You go down the whole list.
Yeah. What?
I mean, you go down the whole list. I mean, really, it's it's Stafford be least surprising. Then Josh Allen, because we expected it to come at some point.
Yes.
And then Brock Purdy's played in the Super Bowl, so he's probably third. Exactly. And then everybody else, who fucking knows?
I mean, I know Drake May's second year, but he's played MVP level, so it wouldn't be. It'd be a little surprising, but I wouldn't be terribly shocked because of the year he's had.
Because how good he's been.
So I guess I would pick the Broncos because if I'm imagining it in my head, hoisting the trophies, Bo Nix doing it with his white-ass teeth, I can't really imagine that right now. I can't. Yeah. I can imagine Sean Payton with the Broncos cap on, but I just can't see Bo Nix doing it.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. Our lists are pretty similar. I moved the Seahawks up to number 1. Okay. First week, I've not had the Rams at number 1. I moved the Rams down to number 2.
It's a nice hedge.
Well, it's
I haven't had the Seahawks at 1.
No, well, I mean, no, I do think right now they're the best team that's been playing the best. I mean, to me that win over the Niners was pretty impressive, and we've knocked the Eagles out, so the defending champs are no longer a factor. And really, it's not so much that I'm putting faith in the Seahawks. It's just I've lost a little respect for the Rams over the last handful of weeks, so I'm bringing them down. I thought they would be a little more dominant against the Panthers. I think we all did. So I think that's why I moved them down to number 2. Still like them a lot, though. I got the Broncos as my top AFC team at number 3. But really, I have 4 AFC teams in a row, and I feel pretty damn close about all of them. I mean, I got Broncos 3, Patriots at 4, Texans 5, Bills 6, for all the reasons we've mentioned. I mean, I think the Bills have the worst team, but they have the best quarterback, so it's the only reason they're on this list at this point. Texans have the best defense. Broncos have a very good defense. Patriots have a solid defense and probably the most potent offense when they're clicking.
Okay.
So I think the Broncos being my top AFC team right now is also given the fact that they have home field advantage for the playoffs if they keep winning. You know, and I like Sean Payton. I mean, actually, I don't like Sean Payton, but I think he's a good coach. Let's put it that way.
He should be coaching the Cowboys.
Yeah, he could have been. Was that one of my predictions back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, he should have been coaching the Cowboys since Parcells left and he was coordinator, but that's a different story.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Blew that one. Whoops. And then rounding out my top 7 is the Chicago Bears. And honorable mention, number 8, the Niners.
You don't believe that. You don't believe that. Don't. You're.
Well, I just don't think they're going to win, and they're the only team that I mean, they're the team with the lowest odds to win this weekend. So is that not a valid point?
Okay.
I know where you're coming from, but
you know exactly where I'm coming from.
But you're also hedging the other way.
I truly think the Niners can pull it off.
The toughest game they could or would play on the way to a Super Bowl is this weekend. I don't believe there's any doubt about that in my mind.
So you think if they beat the Seahawks, you would feel good about them either beating the Rams or the Bears on the road?
Better than I do right now. But
well, I mean, I guess if the Rams beat the Bears and the Niners beat the Seahawks, you got to go to SoFi. I mean, we know how that goes. That's like a home game for the Niners.
It wouldn't be the worst situation.
No. I mean, going to Soldier Field, I mean, you have beat the Bears. It was here in Santa Clara.
Yeah. I
think going to Soldier Field, I guess you guys won Philly, so it's,
I
would say it's comparable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember if I mentioned it last week, but I felt better somehow about playing the Eagles in Philadelphia, which just doesn't sound right on paper, but I felt better about the Niners playing them there than the Bears, 2 weeks after they just played them.
You know what I was just thinking about? I think it's so hard for me, and I think this year was so hard for me, and I think for both of us to kind of pick who we think the best teams are and all this, because the era that we grew up in and the quarterbacks that we grew up with are finally gone.
Well, and they were so dominant. I mean, it was Brady, Manning, Brady.
This is what we're seeing right now. And I know Mahomes isn't in there, so that kind of changes things a little bit too.
Right, that is a huge factor.
That's a huge factor.
Yeah. And even Lamar having a bad year.
Yeah, or Joe Burrow too.
Yeah.
So I guess those guys are also in this.
They're the new Brady.
I mean, also what we're seeing right now with a Drake May or a Caleb Williams, and I guess Bo Nix. Those are kind of maybe CJ Stroud too, of the new thing.
But they're not established yet. So
exactly.
We're in kind of a cool era where there's just a lot that's all up in the air.
Or maybe this could be the odd year, and then next year we have the Lamars, the Burrows, and the Mahomes.
They come right back. Yeah,
which is possible.
Very possible.
This could be the anomaly year, but maybe not.
Yeah.
I think Drake May and the Patriots could be here to stay, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, because Vrabel's a great coach. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Picks. I don't even know how I did last week.
Not bad. 2-1.
Sweet.
Plus $200.
Okay.
I went 3-1 plus $300.
Hey.
We're doing good right now, brother.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah. Got some wood right here.
Yeah.
Boss. Gage, you are 32-1 plus $500 on the year.
A couple Magic Johnsons and a Penny Hardaway.
How about
let's go.
I'm 35-31 plus $900.
Okay, a little Kevin Durant and Reggie Miller action.
I love it.
There we go.
Don't make me get the Reggie Miller jersey out. I don't have a Kevin Durant one, unfortunately.
You didn't get a Warriors one?
Yeah, I never came around to it for whatever reason.
It's funny to me how Kevin Durant Warriors jerseys are just.
They're kind of ick.
They kind of are icky, and especially when he first came to the Warriors and people got him immediately. I get it. You got this guy and you're stoked.
Yeah.
But when I see him to this day, I saw a Kevin Durant, a jersey I was talking about, I found at work. was a Kevin Durant black scale All-Star jersey when he was in the Warriors.
Interesting.
And it was just like, it just shows that someone was donating it. And
yeah.
Like the Kevin Durant era was great. But I feel like people...
Part of me doesn't hate that one because it's not really that associated with the Warriors. I'm sure it has a Warriors logo somewhere on it.
It has like the big, like the circle logo on it. It might...
Oh, okay. Oh, when they would do it. Okay. I think I remember.
It's just like the main logo.
I remember that era, yeah.
I mean, it's cool, but it just... I feel like even for like a Warriors fan like you, like seeing a guy in a Durant jersey, it kind of makes you cringe.
Yeah, it doesn't... It's like...
Like you chose this guy to get a jersey from than the homegrown guys that are Hall of Famers too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather get a Joe Lacob jersey.
When do you take up the team? Wait. Joe Lacob 2011 jersey?
Oh, no, I just put a dollar sign in the back.
Now we're talking. Dollar sign.
Yeah, dollar sign, like the S and the two lines down the middle. That's what I would do.
That's good. I like it.
On to...
Yeah, who are you picking?
So, like...
We're not on to anything.
A little Kevin Durant talk.
Yeah.
During
picks. Who would have thought?
I'm going to go, since I saw this yesterday, I'm picking the Broncos, if you allow me, to plus 1.5
Yeah.
against the Bills. I'm going to put $200 on that. My next one, I'm going to go 49ers plus 7.5 at the Seahawks. I originally was going to put $100 down. I think I told Sal 200.
Yeah.
I was gonna put 100 on it, and then he kind of called me a pussy. So I feel like I should go 500. So do I really want to like let Sal ruin?
Yeah, let him win. I'm pussy.
You know, I'm not gonna give in. Sal. I'm sorry, but I am gonna pick your Niners. I mean, I guess it's not even picking them to win. It's just picking them not to lose by
a lot.
By more than 7.
So what are you going? 1, 2?
I'll go 1. Sorry, Sal. I am pussy.
You picking Indiana too?
I am picking Indiana. I'm gonna pick Indiana.
How many dollars?
You know what? I'm gonna go 200. I'm kind of a $200 bet guy, as we know.
Love it.
Should I put 5? Probably. Because will they win by more than 8? Probably. I have a feeling that's where you're gonna go.
No, honestly, I was kind of in your ballpark. I was going to do 100, and I decided just a little bit ago to do 200
on Indiana.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's my national championship pick. My 2 NFL picks. I'm going to go actually Houston plus 3 against New England. Wow. For $100, and then I'm also taking the Rams minus 3.5 against the Bears.
Look at us picking the 4 games. Look at us picking the 4 games.
Yeah, how about it? I like I said, I don't want to touch the Bills right now. Okay. I'd feel bad if I picked them and then they lost, because I do like Josh Allen. I want them to win.
You like Josh Allen?
Yeah, who doesn't like Josh Allen?
Sal.
If you don't like Josh Allen, you're a loser, Sal.
No, I just you. I mean, you know. I might glaze LeBron James, but you definitely glaze Josh Allen.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, I think he's good.
You think I'm just making that up?
I thought he was calling you out for glazing Josh, but I don't know.
Well, I think he calls both of us out, but he also calls out anything.
Get your donuts ready, Sal, because I'm glazing.
A little bar banter, okay. Yeah, so NASCAR is changing its playoff format for Denny Hamlin, I heard.
Yeah, just for that guy.
Yeah. They're like, you know
That'd be the worst guy to change anything for.
They're like, you know what? Oh, we know you lost, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to change the playoff format so you might win next year. I mean, I really don't know what.
This is definitely, shades of them changing the NFL playoff overtime rules when Josh Allen lost to Patrick Mahomes.
Is it really?
I mean, it kind of feels that way.
Like, tell me, what's...
So, do you remember the NASCAR championship round last year where Denny Hamlin dominated the whole race, and then there was caution late in the race, and Kyle Larson won because.
How could I forget?
Okay, so that's where got to be where it's coming from.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're going back to a format that they used before the current or the previous, most recent one, where it's 10 races, and whoever gets the most points during those 10 races is the championship. There's a champion, rather than having rounds of postseason where drivers get eliminated.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be the same where 16 drivers make the playoffs, and then it's just an accumulation of over 10 races.
So let me ask you this: Would Denny Hamlin have won the championship this year if these rules were in place today?
I don't know.
Okay.
I want to say he would have had a good chance because I know he won a fair amount of playoff races.
Okay.
So he definitely would have been in the mix.
Yeah.
The thing, though, that's going to change with this is the style of, or like kind of the aggressiveness in certain situations where guys aren't necessarily always racing for a win.
Mm-hmm.
They're racing just to finish well.
Yeah.
More often than not. But one thing I do like that they did, though, is they're awarding more points for wins in this scenario now. So there is still that incentive. Because that's what they tried to do with this most recent format is where winning was like the most important thing, and like racing, finishing, top 5, top 10 didn't matter as much. Which I did kind of like because it created drama on that would not have necessarily been there without it. But I kind of understand where they're going with this, where they're going to probably crown a more deserving champion at the end of the year. But we'll see.
Speaking of NASCAR, we are about T-minus 5 months from Sonoma Raceway.
You counting?
I mean, you tell me.
What's the date again?
June 28th.
June 28th. Remember,
it was
5.5 months.
It was in July last year.
Yep.
They changed back to June.
Keep fucking with this.
I mean, what do you prefer, June or July? June because it's closer?
It really doesn't matter. Yeah, give me June.
June will be here before you know it.
Yep.
Let me tell you. And we'll be there. Mike Tomlin stepped down.
Yeah.
19 years, never a losing season, as everyone loves to mention.
Yeah.
1 Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowl appearances.
I mean, it's one of the better coaching runs of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, given the fact that he only won 1, doesn't put him in like the upper echelon, but he was phenomenal. There's no question about it.
And knowing how the Steelers are, given they've had 3 head coaches since like the 60s, I wonder.
Isn't that wild?
It is.
I know you brought that up multiple times, but it's fucking crazy.
It's crazy, and I wonder how they're going to go about this. Are they going to try to find someone we've never heard of and try to have him run the helm for another 20 years? I could see it kind of being like they're going to be bouncing around coaches for a little bit.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I feel like this is going to be a tough time for Steelers fans.
Yeah, I don't know how long
the next like 5 to 6 years could be kind of tough. In and out, a lot of people in and out.
Yeah. I don't know how long the Rooney family has owned the Steelers, but I know that they would not love that idea. The next coach is going to get at least 3 years, unless it's an absolute dumpster fire or something scandalous happens behind the scenes. But
like, I don't even know who you would go for. I always say Lincoln Riley for any kind of head coaching.
Yeah,
like if you want someone young that could be be established there for years.
Yeah,
because that's what we know the Steelers like to do.
Yeah. It's honestly not the greatest coaching cycle to be a part of. I mean, obviously John Harbaugh is a great candidate for anybody, but is he going to go to the Steelers? Probably not. Kevin Stefanski, is he going to want to go to the Steelers? They don't have a quarterback. I mean,
well, do they have a good? They don't have a good draft pick.
No, they don't have a good draft pick either, and they have an old roster. I think it's kind of a bad job, to be completely honest.
Good helmet job.
Good helmet job, but a bad,
bad job
roster composition and all that. I think it'd be a good opportunity for them to take a flyer on maybe somebody under the radar, or somebody looking to I'm trying to think of like an offensive coach looking to have a second opportunity. I don't like Mike McDaniel, definitely not. But there's probably somebody out there. I don't know.
I'm sure they wish they could have like a Kellen Moore or something.
Yeah, that would be interesting for them. But it doesn't seem like there's that guy out there. So I don't know.
You're right. I mean, do they try to get?
I mean, do they promote Arthur Smith, who's their offensive coordinator, previously head coach of the Falcons?
I don't think so. Do they go? What's his name? He coached for Texas Tech and he coached for the Cardinals.
Oh, Cliff Kingsbury. I'm not sure that he's head coach material. And I don't even know if he wants to be a head coach.
Yeah, or especially is he Pittsburgh Steeler?
Also, yeah, probably not.
You look at him, seems like he's a L.A., San Diego,
right,
sunny and 75 kind of guy.
Right. Funny you brought him up. I could see him going to the Eagles. Cliff Kingsbury, that is, offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe he is better as a coordinator because when he was in Arizona, I didn't really know.
Yeah, I mean, they might have made the playoffs once, but overall it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then where does Tomlin go? I mean, I got to think he takes at least 1 year.
He's
off.
probably going to the broadcast booth.
I would think so.
Something like that.
Or yeah, and I think he'd be awesome. Honestly,
I think he'd be good. I think he'd be
Yeah.
fun. I think he could be kind of a. I mean, he's a serious guy. So maybe not like a Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
But
I do love, like, he's always had great press conferences where he just, like, he feels so in control of the situation,
Yeah.
you know? Kind of intimidating in a way.
yeah, for sure.
But maybe, like, you get him in the TV situation, he lightens up a little bit, and it's a totally different
I mean,
person.
even Bill Belichick did okay. We didn't think he would.
Yeah, he was definitely better than I thought he was going to
Yeah.
be. There's no question about that.
So I think, Mike Tomlin can get paid a lot of money to talk about football instead of waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day and be a head coach.
Right.
And that sounds a lot better to me.
My guess is he takes at least 1 year off and not a couple, and then waits kind of for the right opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think he's a Hall of Fame coach?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's put together a pretty good resume.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, the Super Bowl always helps. Although we talked about this the other day, there's not a lot of coaches in the Hall of Fame, right?
Good question.
I think maybe it was a conversation with somebody else, but there was like a shockingly small amount of like non-player people in the NFL Hall of Fame, or Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's probably.
I mean, if you're basing it off the Hall of Fames that I know well, he would be in.
Yeah.
But
I can't really find that.
I'm going to say like Pro Football Hall of Fame is not one I'm super dialed in on.
Yeah. And then Mike McDaniel out
Yeah.
as head coach. Little surprise. I mean, I guess they were bad. I mean, I feel like he started out so well, and then it just flamed out quickly.
Right. They were pretty sexy that first year.
Scoring
They
70 points.
Brought in Tyreek, and Tua was lighting it up. But it just kind of went downhill from there. They dealt with obviously Tua's injuries and head problems and all that, and then Tyreek being a flame out.
Do we think, much like Kingsbury, Mike McDaniel is more of like a coordinator guy?
I would lean that way. I'd be shocked if he got a head coaching job this year. Well, other than the fact that there's not a lot of great candidates out there and there's a lot of open jobs.
Yeah.
Aside from that, though, I don't expect him necessarily to be a head coach for anybody anytime soon. But he's definitely going to get calls to be an offensive coordinator. I mean, could he go back to the Niners? I guess, but I don't think they need him, and I'm sure he probably wants to go to a situation where he gets to call plays. Because I think he's pretty good at that. Yeah, and he can definitely bring a different dynamic to a team that needs a boost on offense.
Definitely. And John Harbaugh. We thinking Falcons. We thinking Giants.
He's apparently interviewed with the Falcons already. He's going to interview with the Giants soon.
I mean, I don't want him going to the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, being an NFC East guy.
I think, so of the jobs that are open right now, I think the Ravens is the best job because you have an established quarterback. He's had some question marks, Lamar Jackson, of course, but that organization has been very solid for a long time. Mm-hmm. He's not going back. He just got let go. So second best.
I was wondering where you were going there for a second.
So second best it might be the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, they have, if you like Jackson Dart, then you have a quarterback situation that works, and then you have some good pass rushers on defense, some interesting pieces. You got another high draft pick this year. I think there's something to work with there.
Abdul Carter on the defense.
Yeah, and
Malik Neighbors.
And Malik Neighbors. They got some playmakers on offense. Scatterboo's going to come back.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the conversation of who do you like more? Do you like Michael Penix or do you like Jackson?
And Michael Penix basically got benched. I know he was kind of hurt, but he basically got benched at the end of the year. So.
The Giants' job might be a better one.
Yeah. Now, I think the Falcons owner, Arthur Blank, I believe his name is, he's been a well-regarded owner for a long time, so there's that positive.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the Giants ownership. Could you say the Raiders are interesting? I don't think they're interesting enough for John Harbaugh, but given the fact that they're going to get the first pick in the draft.
You're going to get the quarterback?
Yeah.
Or hopefully who you think the quarterback
presumably,
is.
yeah. So there's that,
which I think could be a good spot for John Harbaugh with, aside the ownership.
Yeah.
Because you could argue Mendoza is kind of like a Joe Flacco prototype or like type player.
Yeah.
And that's who John Harbaugh obviously won a Super Bowl with.
Yeah.
Like that kind of quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, if he takes that job, he probably needs to be able to tell Mark Davis, like, yo, I got this. Like, you need to stay out of my way. You need to let me do what I need to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to have your pockets open for when I need them to be open.
Yeah.
and let me and Tom Brady run the ship.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's interesting too. I wonder what Tom Brady wants. Because he's.
I'm sure he would love John Harbaugh. He competed against him. He lost to him on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
So, I think he would love John Harbaugh. I think to me though, the Raiders should go after Kevin Stefanski. Mm-hmm. I don't know that they're going to get him because I'm sure the Giants are appealing to Stefanski as well. Maybe even the Falcons. Maybe even the Titans with Cam Ward.
Talk about going from the Browns to the Raiders. That's a head coach.
Maybe he wants to go to the Ravens. Stefanski, that is.
That'd be great.
I don't know if because
you have the quarterback,
right? I mean, is Lamar the type of quarterback he wants to work with? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he can make it work.
But I'm sure he would be at least intriguing.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best spot for Stefanski.
Yeah,
or any coach that's not John Harbaugh.
I mean, you'd be walking into a situation where there's not a lot to build on. Like you got a lot set for you.
Well, and
on both sides of the ball.
Not only that, but it's win now mode. It's now.
Oh yeah, you don't have to wait for it.
No.
Yeah, you're already
but the expectations are we need to win now.
Yeah.
Which also could be kind of a burden. Everybody wants that.
Right.
But when you have it, you're like, oh man, like this. It's the expectation and responsibility to get to where we need to be.
Right. Quicker. I don't know how old Stefanski is. Let's do a quick research here. Because age will definitely be a factor in like your sense of urgency. He's like 43 years old. Yeah. So he doesn't necessarily need to jump into something like that if he's not in love with the situation.
That's true. No doubt. So that time already? It's last call.
That was easy.
What do you got?
Alex Redmond going to the Cubs.
Yeah.
Leaving the Red Sox. Kind of interesting.
Friendly confines.
Yeah, I kind of thought that he would go back to the Red Sox, but he got the bag. He got a nice 5-year deal, I believe it was, from the Cubs.
Okay.
Going to be. I think I heard that he was really keen on having a no trade clause, and the Cubs gave him one. So
nice.
He's a veteran. He probably wants to settle down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 5 years with the Cubs.
I'm not sure if he has a family or kids, but that has something to do with it.
I don't know what his dynamics are from that side, but yeah, nice pickup for the Cubs. They're probably going to lose Kyle Tucker, and then Alex Bregman is not as good as Kyle Tucker, but that's a nice compromise if you're going to lose a guy of Tucker's caliber.
Yeah.
Also, the San Jose Earthquakes. We don't talk much Earthquake soccer on this podcast, but they're going to be bringing in Timo Werner, who is a former, I'm not going to say star in Europe, but he helped Chelsea beat Real Madrid in the semifinals of the Champions League 5 years ago. So I'll just say that. I know Sal loves it.
You're going from Europe to San Jose.
Bingo.
Nice.
They're not even 30 years old yet, so that's kind of fun.
Okay, there we go. I like that.
Big drop off, though.
Yeah.
He also played for Spurs just a couple years ago.
Tottenham son.
You gotta love him. What do you got?
I don't really have anything, but can we talk about how the Sharks can't beat the Golden Knights to save their lives?
It's rough.
They haven't beaten them since November of 2022.
Which is before the Knights won that Stanley Cup. The only team that has not beat them since. This is crazy.
It's just, the Sharks, they're playing good. They're playing good puck right now. Let's be honest.
Hey, let's say a positive thing. They won on podcast night last week.
We'll take it.
How about it?
That was great.
Against the Kings in overtime, right?
That was great.
That was fucking awesome.
That was great. Sorry, Will Ferrell. Yeah, their foghorn, not good.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah, whatever.
It's very, very LA.
Yeah. No, the Sharks have the best one. I'm not even trying to be biased. I didn't even do a justice.
You're not even going to give it to your Stanford Cardinal?
The train horn's pretty good.
Train horn.
Yeah, train horn's good. The foghorn always wins.
Foghorns.
Yeah, it hits right here, right in the soul.
It's right there. Did you watch any college basketball this week?
No, sir. But I just found out from AJ texting me. He texted me a bunch of trees, and that usually means Stanford won. And they played North Carolina today, who was ranked.
Ooh,
so that's a big win.
That's a big win.
But no view.
Or is he doing it as a joke?
No, there's no way. He's not a fibber. Let's check the facts.
So does he normally send you that when they win?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's that.
95-90 win over North Carolina.
That was easy.
Sure was, baby.
Going to the tournament?
They are not projected. Last I checked, but they have 2 wins over ranked teams in the last couple of weeks. So
okay,
that's always helps.
Go Cardinal.
That's a lot of season left. So.
Yeah. No, I haven't watched any of it, but yeah.
Fair.
I agree with you. And with that being said, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We will see you guys next week.